Hey guys, welcome to Paul's Maths Labs, and today we are going to be looking at calculating the circumference of a circle. Now, this isn't actually too bad. We're just going to really just follow the formula for it, okay guys? So what does circumference mean? Well, the circumference of a circle is basically the distance around the circle, okay? So it's the distance around the circle, kind of like what we understand to be the perimeter of a shape. So it's just basically the distance around the shape, okay? So the formula for the circumference of a circle is, let's write down formula is, I always remember that like this, r squared sounds, pi r squared sounds like error to me. When I need a circumference, I just use pi d. So it's just basically pi times the diameter. Pi times the diameter, or for short, you can just write pi d. Okay. Now, you should know the diameter of a circle is basically the distance from one end of the circle to the other end of the circle, and it goes through the center of the circle. Okay. And pi, for those of you that can't remember the value for pi, the value for pi, I have just write down here. So pi can be equal to 3.142 something, okay? So let's look at our first question. So our first question, we've got our diameter is 5 centimeters, okay? So in order to work out the circumference of this circle, it will be pi times 5 centimeter, which if you put on a calculator, 3.142 times 5, 3.142 times 5, that will give us 15.71 centimeters. Okay, now let's look at the next question here. We've got a diameter of 8 centimeters, so we're going to do pi times 8 centimeters, and that is going to give us 25.136. And last question, well, the next question here is 12 centimeters, so we're going to do pi times 12 centimeters, and that is going to give us 37.68 centimeters. 37.68 centimeters. So basically what that means that the distance around this circle is 37.68 centimeters. And just so that you all know this, obviously the circle is not drawn to scale. Now let's go down here and see what happens. Ooh! Now here we've only been given, what does anybody know what half of the diameter is? Half of the diameter is called the radius, okay? And there's a relationship between the radius and the diameter, which is the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius, okay? Or it's equal to basically double of the radius, okay? So here, since we've been given 7 centimeters, if we wanted to work out the diameter would be 14 centimeters because it will be double the radius, okay, which is 7 centimeters there. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So again, we're going to do pi times, and we want double of that. So we can say 2 times r, okay? And that's basically going to give us pi times 14 centimeter, okay? Now, pi times 14 centimeters is, that is going to give us 43.988 centimeters. And just so you know, sometimes it will not be given in centimeters. It can be given in meters, it can be given in yards, it can be given in inches, whatever, okay, whatever units they want to use, okay? Now let's look at this one again. We've been given a radius of 5 centimeters. So again, we're going to do pi times 2 times r, which is r is the radius, okay? So we basically got pi times 10 centimeters, okay? And we've basically got our answer is 31.42 centimeters, okay? Now looking at this one, we've got r is equal to 1 centimeters. So therefore that means that our diameter would be 2 centimeters. But anyway, let's write down using our full working out. So I always like to do the full working out. So that is pi times 2 centimeters, which is equal to 2 times 3.142. That is going to give us 6.284 centimeters. Okay, so that's it, guys. That is how to basically calculate the circumference or the distance around the circle when given the diameter and also when given the radius. Okay, so you can see if you're given the radius, you basically just need to double it. If you're given the diameter, you just go ahead and just straight do it using the formula if you want. Okay, and remember the formula is basically pi times diameter. But if you've been given the radius, it can also be pi times 2r, which we've got down here, pi times 2r, okay? So guys, I hope you understood that. I hope now you can calculate the circumference of a whole circle. And later on in the future, I'll be looking at half a circle, so like a semicircle and 3/4 of a circle as well, okay? So guys, I hope you enjoyed your stay here today at Paul's Maths Labs, and I'll see you guys later. Take care and bye-bye.